Hammy Handsbot said, Hammy's Hangout is now live. Streaming IRL, electronics tear down and being green. A scammy. Thank you for the 8 long months of subscribing, Ratataz. Thank you Ratataz for the tier 1 gift sub to Chang Mania. Ratataz said, Hi Chang. Chang Mania said, Hey, I know you. At Ratataz. Thank for the sub. Drama Max Love. Ratataz said, Who? Me? Looks around low.
Alright, I have no idea how this is working. Okay. Hey, look! Rata! Thanks for the gift sub. I don't know how the audio is working, so please let me know. And thank you for the gift sub
Chang
to
Mania
Chang.
said, Move fast Rafe.
Appreciate that. So I'm attempting to...
Ratataz said, I hear you well.
Okay, alright, so this is the GoPro I used at VGM Con with the media pack. So hopefully I don't have to worry about changing the battery every hour. So I know you're going live in 30 minutes, so I might have to lurk. But the goal here is I got a bunch of electronic e-waste, which was just going to probably go to a landfill. So I am going to tear it down, remove any of the good bits. Like this is a board out of an ultrasound machine. And like the parts on here are useful for repair. Like that's a 68,000 chip. Some connectors. I'm probably not use a lot of this stuff, but instead of just going into a landfill or being destroyed, I will save it, and then someday I'll do a board repair that needs one of these chips, and some of these chips aren't available anymore. So I will, and then I can always like build stuff like that's RAM. These are RAM chips. That's RAM chips. Like this is RAM chips that can be used for old video cards, but you can't buy this RAM anymore. It's not available. You can order it from like
Pride Penguin hat.
Chinese
Very
parts
metal
house
of
where they
you saving
basically
metal.
do exactly what I'm doing. Is they take this board to heat it up and they smack it against the wall and all the chips fall off. And then someone takes the chips and cleans them. And then sometimes they just laser off the name and put some other number on it and sell it as a counterfeit part, which is always the best. So I have 2 boxes here, and I have some industrial control boxes behind me that I need to go through. Yes, and then all the metal pieces will be stripped down, so it's just metal, and then they'll go to my metal scrapper, who will then takes them, and then he scraps them, and then he uses it to help fund his family. Okay. I need to find a power strip because I want to hook the laptop up. I have a laptop I want to hook up so I can see what's going on. Hello, Bean. How are you? Nice to see you in. This is my first IRL teardown stream, so I don't know how well it's going to work. I would pan my camera around, but my license plate is visible, so I don't want to dock myself. Hence the blue tape on the cup. That is the company I work for. I have put tape around it so no one can see who I work for. Of course, all you people that I know in chat, I would tell because they trust you. I'll be back. Need to find a power strip. All right, chat. I'm back. We have a laptop that has my phone number on it, so we'll just put that way. More tools. Power strip. We'll just put that here on this crusty thing. Okay. I'll leave this here. I can see it. This one I can put over here. Okay. This scrap. All right. First item is out of a piece of medical equipment. So for those in the medical field, it's out of a Nicolette VasoGuard. I guess it has a 4 megahertz and an 8 megahertz. Don't have any clue. Don't have no idea what this thing is, what it does. It has a bunch of hookups for a bunch of hoses. Either way, it's getting torn apart. All right, so this has been taken apart. Screws have been broken off over here. I'm suspecting this one is
Jim
going to
said,
be
hammies
a
for high, hammies for high, hammies for high,
industrial.
hammies for high, hammies for high, hammies for
Hello,
high, hammies
Jin.
for high, hammies for high,
How
hammies
are
for
you?
high.
I'm tearing down electrical bits and bobs outside and enjoying the air.
David 55626
At some
said,
point it'll
hi
be hot
Hammy.
and scorching and I'll be
Jin
sweating to
said,
death.
I am good.
But luckily
Thank
you
you,
won't need to
Tilda.
see me sweating to death.
At David 55626 David Tilda.
Of course, these screws are all trashed, they're all stripped. The case is bent.
David
Good
55626
thing I'm
said,
not using
hi
this for whatever
Ginger.
it is. Okay. Hello, David. All right, so this is metal waste. I'll throw that in my metal waste bin. Which is basically the back of my trailer. And then my local e-waste guy will come over and grab all the metal. So I'm basically, so he would, normally the e-waster would just take this whole thing, just tear it apart, throw it in the trash bin, and that will be the end of it. I'm taking them apart, removing any useful bits that can be reused for something else. I think these are all Pentium 3 class machines. So these would be good for making little retro PCs for playing old Pentium 3 style games. I think Windows XP would run on them. I'm not sure I'd want to run XP though. You listen carefully, you can hear the birds. Maybe lucky you'll get to watch me swap a wasp later that's been bothering me. I just spray it with spray it with some wasp killer earlier. So I don't think it'll be returning.
Parlinick said, Hammy is trying to take over the world DX.
So this is my first attempt at an IRL stream of some sort.
Ratataz said,
that's
Hi
involving
Jin Jin,
electronics
David,
outside
and
in
Parlinick.
the sun. I have done some IRL
Parlinick
woodworking
said,
streams.
at Ratataz
but
hello.
this is the first. All right, so this is using a standard Socket 7 motherboard. Actually, this is actually a very useful motherboard. So yeah, this one's
David
this is
55626
better than
said,
I thought. I thought it was
Hi
gonna be an industrial
Ratataz.
board, but this is just a standard AT computer case motherboard with built-in I/O. So, and it's dual, so it's either AT connector or ATX, which makes it very useful for retro computers. So yeah, this one here. So normally an E-Way scrapper would just take this and just pitch it. But to me, I'm gonna take this board out and I'll sell that board probably for 50 bucks. And I only paid $5 for this. And I get to take it apart and show you the inner workings of some kind of medical device. So this looks like this is their custom. This is a custom. So it would be cool if I could figure out how to reuse this board. This is an ISA board.
Shangmania said, these computers bring back some memories for sure. These are the machines that built as a kid, yearning for a math coprocessor so I could play better games.
Flash chips. I could probably salvage that. This is probably some kind of FPGA. Let me get my knife. This knife is not used for violence. All right. Change, stop making me feel old. All right, so this is an Altera EPM 7064C. I don't know if this is reprogrammable, but I do have an Altera programming kit. Might be able to reuse it for something. And another one, another little Altera. So TMS DSP, we have 512K of RAM right here. Not sure what that is. This looks like a logic level shifter. Another one of these Cyrix chips. There's two of these actually. Considering there's RAM here, flash. Okay, this is an HH CPU, so that's actually a CPU there. This is probably bridge logic. This is the bridge logic for the PC. So this is how this CPU talks to the PC. This is a DSP, which then talks to the card in the front. So usefulness, not much, but the RAM, the flash, probably useful. Maybe if these are reprogrammable, these will be reuseful. We have video card. What do we got for a video card here? So for a video card, we have a AGP Rage 2, Rage Against the Machines, ATI. Or this way, I don't know which way it's up. And then we have what appears to be another DSP card, another custom card. ISA based. We got a bunch of RAM. So there's people making aftermarket SIM sockets, and we could put these chips on those SIM sockets. I'm not sure what size these are. I'm pretty sure these are 256s, probably 4 bits each. It's not really a lot of RAM, so it's probably, the RAM's probably useless. Another CPU, another DSP. This one does not have a CPU, but does have the same Cyrix chip in it. Well, if you work in the medical industry, this thing will probably even bring back even more memories, because this is a piece of medical equipment. I believe this was from a EKG machine. I don't know. It had a bunch of like pressure cups, like you would wear for your blood pressure, but it had a bunch of them. So it had like 6 or 7 of them. So it like hooked up all over the body. All right, so all I really want out of this is the motherboard and maybe the floppy drive. And probably the connectors off the back for the motherboard. The rest of it will be, sadly, e-waste. But I did save some of it. Some of it was being reused. The power supply is actually in good shape. I might actually take the power supply out of this one. I don't know yet. Having trouble getting the PS2 mouse connector.
DR Polter said, sure they were pressure cups, not suction cups.
Blue on it. Right.
Maybe it was a milking machine?
The other connectors
Danis or Sway? Jin Jin said, at Parlanaki Tilda.
They were. Let me see if I can pull one out of the dump trash can. No, can't get to them. They were long blue bands, about this long. They look like they go under like.
DR Polter said, just joking.
Your leg.
I came to see what cool stuff you do IRL.
I don't know. Maybe they are pressure cups. I don't know what they're called.
Parlink said, at Jin Jin Parlo Heart.
Hello, Parlonak. Welcome in, Dr. Polter. All right, so anybody guess what this is for? This is an LPT cable.
DR Polter said,
this is how you used to hook your printer up.
Oh, LPT.
Through a 25-pin. All right, so the COM port is going to be the next one coming up, but not any COM port. It's the big 25-pinner. This hasn't been used as a COM port since, I don't know, early 90s maybe? These all switched over to the 9-pin. All right, I can't get this out for some reason. The screw is not being very cooperative. Not sure why. I might cut the zip tie. Oh no, I dropped the screw. Cut the zip tie.
I remember old joysticks had a connection with many pins too. More than
I definitely
VGA.
want to save this because this is the PS2 connector for this motherboard. Yeah, so the old joystick ports were DB15, but they were also the MIDI ports, so they actually had a bunch of functions on them. And that was actually, sometimes people use them for analog inputs for data acquisition. because the analog joystick port gave you access to 4 independent analog inputs. So you had X and Y on player 1 and player 2. So they gave you the ability to use that as an analog capture port for data acquisition. Fun fact. All right, so got the zip ties, speaker. They're actually nice little speakers, but I don't need speakers. I got tons of speakers. All right, so this is a power. So this is a nice long power cable. So this actually is going to be useful. So I'm going to go ahead and take. It's soldered in over there. It's nice and long. So I'm going to take this power supply, keep it. It does look like it's in good condition.
Not sure, but I guess X-axis used only one pin with positive or negative value. So unless buttons used many pins, joystick didn't have to have too many pins.
Looks like it's been replaced too, because the screws are all stripped out. Yeah, so X-axis only used one pin, Y only used one pin, and then it was there was a 5-volt source on the joystick port, so they have a 5K trim pot. That one side would be tied to 0 ground, the other side would be tied to 5 volts, and then when you moved your joystick left and right or up and down, it would move the center pot of the joystick from so this is the power on or off switch. Capture that in a second. This looks like it's the power input. Some kind of crazy connector. All right. So here's our power supply made by Condor. Condor is a good company. I don't think they make power supplies anymore.
Was it single resistor pot or double pot?
Which is good. They're all actually high quality caps. So, yeah. Assembled in Mexico. Yeah, not none of those Chinese Chinglish power supplies. Condor of Oxnard, California. So yeah, it's a good little power supply. It's going to give me nice AT power output on it. It's also got a 24 volt power, 24 volts on it as well. Separate plus and minus. Now these are all soldered on connectors, so I will
PSU takes 110 volts,
probably
right?
Cut these off and unsolder them. Looks like there's a voltage regulator on here for something. But yeah, it's a nice little power supply. 12 amps on 5 volts. Yeah, that's super useful. All right, let's get these motherboard out of here. Yeah, this one actually takes this one. Let me check. So it looks like it's only rated for 120 volts in on this one. No, this is an auto switching power supply. This one will take 100 to 240 volts, anywhere from 47 to 63 hertz. So basically, it'll work anywhere in the world without making any jumper changes.
Oh, international.
So power in.
Whoa.
We don't have any crazy RIFA caps on here. We have this filter cap, a fuse, a MOV, then it goes to a transformer, and then another like RIFA, but it's not a RIFA. So this goes through, converts it to DC. This little section here basically takes the high voltage DC, AC coming in that's been converted to DC, ups it to like 30 kilohertz or 5 kilohertz or some high frequency, which then goes in the primary side of this transformer. Then the output of the transformer is then regulated out. So compared to the old power supplies, linear power supplies like this. This is a linear power supply right here. Why they have a linear power supply in here for something, I don't know, but when you take a large transformer and use a linear power supply, it's a lot of energy wasted because you have to take and use a big transformer. But they learn that if they switch to a switching transformer, they can actually make the transformer smaller. The downfall is this does produce a lot of noise, so there's more filtration added on this side of the input to help keep that noise from re-entering the power line of the building.
That's a little bit surprising that US manufactured 120 to 240V equipment.
This is an ASUS P5A-B. It is actually a ISA, PCI, and AGP motherboard. There's a socket 7, ATX, and AT, so it's actually a very versatile motherboard. All kinds of coolness. So yeah, being a socket 7 motherboard, I'm not sure what CPU's in it. Looks like it has a very wide range of CPUs. So definitely a very useful motherboard for retro computer enthusiasts. So I'm going to try to be gentle in removing it, which hopefully will not require me to use a hammer, like a scrapper. All right, so we have all the screws out, but we have one plastic leg over here that does not want to cooperate. So what I'm going to do is reach in here, cut this leg out of here.
Pry bar incoming.
Cut this right there.
Super 52 Joy.
All right, feels like there's something else holding it here. Under the CPU, which is weird. Shouldn't be anything under the CPU. Oh God, the AMD A6 CPU. Oh, I think you need some thermal paste. There's the problem. Needs more thermal paste. There is a screw under the CPU socket. I have never seen that in my life. There's the crusty CPU. Needs more thermal paste. Just a pea size though. Let's see what the CPU is. Oh my God, it's so crusty. It is an AMD K62 350. I don't know if you can read that. Weird.
Okay, at Hammy's Hangout, have fun. I'm gonna play a bit more of Red Dead Redemption 2 and tuck myself in.
So being that this is running a K62 CPU, also indicates this is a very versatile motherboard. It's very clean. None of the caps are bulged. It's also a small motherboard. So I'll put the CPU back in here in the right way. It actually does not say heatsink is required. So what I'm going to do is take the fan, which is actually a very quality fan. Clean the bottom of this thing. Oh, this is not even the right fan for this. Yeah, probably worked. Get some cleaner on that. All right, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Hammy Handsbot said, "Hey everyone. DR Polter is going to either go hide in the corner, or go poop. Either way, don't stare at them awkwardly. Or do stare. Either way, live, so have fun DR Polter."
You're not all following Rata. and you're looking for some nice relaxing yoga tips, make sure you go give her a follow. Here we go. One motherboard. We'll take all the connectors I pulled off. This is the parallel port. Make sure we get this back on here, because we don't want to lose these connectors, because sometimes they only work with this motherboard. Also, I actually might put this motherboard in my Dolch. I'll put these cards. This, keep the IDE cable. Oh, that's a data cable. I don't need that one. I do want the floppy drive cable. That's the other thing it's hard to find, is good clean floppy drive cables. Alright, I do want to get some of these other bits out of here. I like to get the power switch out of the front of this thing. I want to see what's inside this box. What's inside this guy? Alright, we got SCI Med. Actually, it's got a good little audio amp right here. That was for the speakers and for the headphones. It's kind of weird that it has speakers and headphones. If I can get this box out, maybe I'll keep it. I can get these screws. Hey, there we go. If not, I got these cool little connectors, and I still have these cables. Totally reusable for something. I wouldn't design something with it though, because obviously these connectors aren't something you can just easily buy off the shelf. And if you can, they're probably expensive. Move the monitor here on my laptop. All right, see if we can get these hard drives out of here. It could be customer data on these, so I will remove them and have them properly destroyed. Oh, I can't get to that screw. That's weird. How does that work? Huh. Okay, I guess I gotta take this whole carriage off. All right, I don't know what's on this thing, so I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna look at it. If I can figure out how to get it out. Get this side loose. It screws on the front. Well, these are all pressure sensors. These are all pneumatic pressure valves. There's some pumps over here, some air pumps. These are all, all these valves are all stuck. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to go back and forth.
Dragger here said, Snurpa wave, Snurpa wiggle.
25 PSI valve. All right, let's see if we can get this board out of here. I'm not sure how you get the hard drive out because the hard drive's got screws underneath here. I do want the floppy drive because floppy drives are not easy to get. Well, good working ones anyways. Hello, Drag. Welcome in to my shit show. I'm tearing old medical equipment apart. This is a VasoGuard. Assuming it has something to do with the vascular system of the human body. Probably measures blood flow. I get up to 30% off of patio furniture today. Should definitely order some patio furniture because, you know, I'm always outside in the patio. How you doing today, Drag? Anything exciting going on? I'm not missing Dungeons and Dragons, am I?
I got gas today.
You got gas today? Hopefully for your car, not your ass. Okay,
For the
so
barbecue.
the face comes off. And that's how you get to the hard drive screws. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we'll take the face off of here. We'll take this. I want the floppy drive because the oh, look at this. That is a chunk of aluminum. That is a big old chunk of aluminum. All right, so I'm going to save this. Take it to the makerspace so they can use it to practice aluminum cutting. For the barbecue. There you go. That's very good. I got 4 or 5 tanks sitting here if you want some propane. Did you get some propane accessories too? What are you cooking on the barbecue? Making me some ribs, some hot dogs. Keep the floppy drive.
Anything, also.
Anybody need a 40 meg hard drive? 40 gig hard drive? 40 gig. Yes, 40 gigs. 40 gig hard
Probably
drive?
some hot dogs for lunch.
Okay.
Hugin9129 said, Ditto, the
Order
Pokemon
is
that
on
be
the
anything
way.
you
I
want
have
it to
no idea
be.
what I ordered. Something I ordered is on the way. What I ordered, chat? Oh, what did I order? That's the what? That's what? That what? Apparently, I ordered something, and it's on its way. Oh, that was from. Okay, now I know. I got a color photo printer. It was part of this equipment that I picked up, and I did a preliminary test last night. It looks like it works, but it doesn't have any ink. I was able to find a used or a new old stock ribbon kit for it. Well, it's a digital photo printer, so it's a dye sub printer for $50, 200 sheets. So it's worth a gamble. It should work. Preliminary test looked like it worked just fine. So look at this button. Rawr. This is just one big chunk of aluminum. That's crazy. They milled the whole face of this unit out of aluminum. They cut this channel in it. I mean, that's pure aluminum. That weighs, I don't know, good 2 pounds of aluminum. So mill this off here.
Dragger here said,
Cut this
that's
off,
more
and then
solid than military equipment.
people can practice milling. And then when they're done with it, they throw it away. All right. So here's this thing here. Honestly, it's probably just garbage. I'm not sure what I would do with this. If it has any scrap value. I mean, so we have a bunch of air surface mount air boards, air valves down here. Looks like we have two little 1-bar vacuum or 1-bar pumps. One's a vacuum. I don't know how much is 1 bar. Can anybody do the quick math on that? 1 bar to PSI. Kind of little air valves, but these hoses are all epoxy glued to them. Yeah, the hoses aren't coming off. So this is just literally garbage. I'm guessing how this worked is this pressure sensor. It's like got 2 switches on it. Maybe that's what told the machine the air was built up, and it's using that as an air vacuum. I have no idea. All right, going into the scraps.
Omega Total said, 1 bar equals 1
That'll be the back
atmosphere,
of my
so
car.
14 pounds per square inch.
So that's e-waste. They'll go to the e-waste recycler. I do want the power cord for the power supply, the switch. Oh, what is this? What do you got going on here? All right, I really don't want this big transformer in here. Okay, that's a power connector for the fan. That was a convoluted connector for the power fan.
Bar is a metric unit and is
This-
most commonly used in weather forecasting to measure atmospheric pressure.
Just gonna cut.
A bar is equal to 14.50 pounds per square inch and
no,
is
it's the
another
ground
method
cable,
used
the
to
most
determine air
important
pressure
wire.
in
All right, there we
tires,
go.
particularly in
So
countries that use the
goes
metric
into
system.
there. This is where the power came in. So, I like the switch. I don't like whatever's going on here. All right, there we go. So we have
Dragger here said, imagine using the metric system Kappa.
power in.
Omega Total said, 1 bar equals 100,000 pascals, which is roughly 1 atmosphere at 14.5 something psi.
4 wires there. There we go. Let's cut these back. So now we just have the power switch. Okay, so it's a little 14 PSI air pump. Not sure if that's useful for anything. How's it going, Omega? Look at this big old chunk of aluminum. Sorry, chat. That hurt my ears more than it
Just
probably
waking
hurt
up.
yours. No. Let's move that somewhere where it doesn't fall and bang my head.
Jagger here said, we barely heard it.
All right, so the rest
Omega
of this
Total
is just
said,
scrap.
okay Linus.
I'll go ahead and unbolt this transformer. You know, I cut the wires on it. Not sure what it hooked up to because going into this. Oh, that's an isolation transformer. All right, well now I know what that is. I will not destroy it on the next one. Big chunk of copper with a ferrite core in the middle of it. Take the tools out. Take these slot covers off.
Jagger here said, back in college I used an isolation transformer in a creative way.
Looks like the meetup yesterday at the maker
Omega
space
Total
was
said,
pretty successful.
any decent medical gear I have seen
I don't know
usually
if I
has
didn't
some
see any
sort of
photos of you there.
isolation
I'm sure you were
transformers on the
hiding.
human interface side of the system. Thank you for the 13 long months of subscribing Virulent.
I didn't see Blackbird either.
Jagger here said, snurp a wave at Virulent. Omega Total said, I didn't make it up to the space. Virulent said,
man, that sucks.
hey Jagger here.
Virulent, thank you for the resub. Sorry, a little late on that. My phone decided that it wasn't going to be connected anymore. But welcome in. I'm tearing things apart this morning. Basically, stripping it of valuable waste, give it to the scrapper. So we have another one of these boxes, but this one's a little bit different design. Use for a SCSI cable. So this one's a little bit different design from the last one. They want some rubber. I've already taken one of these apart already. So this one's using an industrial PC board. Why is my phone not connected? That's just weird.
I was amazed that Twitch now tells you when your
My
Prime
phone
sub
has
runs
a last
out.
message that says, okay, so yeah, it's missing the conversation from I got gas, and then the next message is I was amazed Twitch now tells you when your Prime sub is up, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that they now mention that, and thank you again, Virulent. Appreciate the Prime sub. Prime subs are, you only get one a month,
Dragrier said,
and
imagine
I'm
having
thankful
Prime.
that you chose my channel. I appreciate that. All right, so next item is this, basically the same thing. VasoGuard by Nicolette Vascular. So I'm pretty sure this is for monitoring blood flow in the human body.
Omega Total said, I am about to
Determine
cancel
when
my
you take these
Prime.
screws out in the front. I'm going to get these out now. This would explain why it has all the different little. Imagine being hooked up to this thing. It has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines. 10 of those blue blood pressure cups all over your body. Like you look like some kind of freakazoid or something. I don't know. It's probably for someone that's monitors the blood pressure like throughout your whole body, like your
And
legs,
just use real money on Twitch where needed.
your ankles.
Virulent said, mine runs out in October. My roommate is letting me
Here.
use his account. I'm desperately trying to save money.
Your butt.
Booger
I don't think
said,
your butt has any
dang,
blood pressure.
is that a 386?
We need to measure the blood pressure of your butt.
What?
I wonder if I could reuse these feet. These feet look nice. I didn't even notice that. Can I get these feet out of here? Oh,
Virulent
those are nice
said,
feet. Yes,
I
we're
have a
taking the
butt
feet.
too. Booger said, yes, use a Phillips.
Yeah, these are definitely useful. And they're in good shape too. They still got. I'll take those off the other one.
I have those two exact
Mr.
tables.
Boogers, how are you? Welcome in.
And I have two of them.
No, this is not a 386. So the last one I took apart was a K62 300. There's a little. The last one had this motherboard in it.
Dragrier said, it's not the blood pressure of my butt that I'm worried about.
I'm guessing an
Booger
ITX
said,
motherboard.
dang.
This is ITX.
1990s.
ISA, PCI, AGP, ATX or AT. Has a K2 300, so it's got all the voltage settings. Yeah, it supports a K62 frequency multiplier up to, or voltage selection from 2 volts to 3.5 volts, which is a huge range.
Virulent said, lol at ultra settings.
PCI clock up to 40 megahertz. It's an Asus
Omega Total said,
P5A-B. So we'll check on Vagon, see if it's on Vagon's. If not, I'll make sure I'll dump the BIOS chip
Virulent
and
said,
get that posted
how
up
is
on
Matt?
Vagon's. So if anybody ever comes across one and needs to do a BIOS update, this might actually have a newer version
Booger
BIOS.
said, I have like 9 computers in
might
my
have
garage
custom
that have been
BIOS.
there for 3 years. I'm going to do to them like you are doing or just dump them on someone. Virulent said, dump them on Hammy Law. Omega Total said, camera battery died. Dragrier said, Pentium era processor. Omega Total said, it's going to take him a minute to realize. Booger said, I think is that Windows 95 bug. Virulent said, I like the cat. Booger said, I like turtles. Virulent said, turtles. Booger said, and turtles. Omega Total said, what about baby sharks? Booger said, I like single mama sharks. Mood 1 and Blal 01. Dragrier said, I like clear water with no sharks in sight. Omega Total said, lol. Booger said, I like clear water too, but we don't have clear water here in Texas. Frown. Dragrier said, nothing like getting ads about food I can't get. Booger said, lucky. I got T-Mobile bad commercials. Omega Total said, or houses I can't afford or cars I can't afford. Booger said, these commercials remind me of the movie Idiocracy. I like electrolytes. Virulent said, I like my lights electric too. Dragrier said, we live in an idiocracy and we don't know it. Omega Total said, at Hammy Hangout no video, can't see or hear. Bean Awake said, want plants crave. Hammy's Hangout said, checking. Booger said, water like in the toilet? Bean Awake said, lol. Hammy's Hangout said, so, I guess external power into the GoPro won't keep it on. Boogers said, you know what they are wearing on their feet in that movie? Dragger said, ow my balls. Hammy's Hangout said, swapping battery, BRB. Boogers said, Crocs. Dragger said, makes sense. Being Awake said, could do worse than Crocs. Boogers said, well I know who I'm voting for this election. Camacho. Dragger said, Crocs with socks? Virulent said, flip-flops with socks. Being Awake said, there's no water except in the toilet so the socks won't get wet. Boogers said, https://www.snopes.com/factcheck/idiocracy-crocs/. Moods 1 and Blal 01. Hammy's Hangout said, okay, new battery installed. Boogers said, Booge 1 clap 01 Booge 1 clap 01 Booge 1 clap 01 Booge 1 clap 01 Booge 1 clap 01. Hammy's Hangout said, you're all waking up from a bad dream. Hey! We are back! Boogers said, dream? Why are my pants wet? Dragger said, can't wake up if you don't sleep. Boogers said, dough. Virulent said, bad dream of your versus here.
Yep, I'm upside down. Alright.
Dragger said, and I don't have bad dreams.
Alright, so I took the media mount off. It was getting very hot and it was very hard for me to change this. So I did learn that if I take the side cover off for the media mount, I still can plug the USB into the side of it. So hopefully...
Boogers said, I had a dream last night that aliens were trying to abduct me.
I couldn't hold it.
For real lol.
So that is not a good thing. Alright. Not sure where we left off. We did an unboxing. We took the cover off. If I have already gone over all this, my apologies. That we are so. This is the motherboard on this one. This is actually a Socket 370 motherboard, Pentium 3. This is a PC 104 board, which basically it cost reduced these two boards down to that. So the other one had two ISO boards This one just has one board that does everything. This one has a really weird power connector on it compared to the last ITX motherboard I had, so save the connector.
Jagger here said, I had boring dreams. Booger said, what are you doing with all that stuff?
Laptop IDE
Looking for
power cable.
copper?
This. So it's the same Condor power supply as the last one, but they just used a different interface cable.
Virulent said, try
high-tech-
church roofs.
High-tech hard drive, not a 40 gigger. Everyone needs a 40 gig IDE hard drive, right? I like the, I'm guessing that's for noise vibration. P84 VasoGuard Mark II distribution board.
Booger said, I got you beat, I have a 2 meg hard drive in the garage lol. Oh shit, there goes the channel. Ratataz just rated with 7 odd ones. Shang Mania said, rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh rat at his wow, oh rat at his gym, oh. Ratataz said, Radatas love Hartau Radatas Uavayao Radatas love Hartau. You have been rated by Radad equal Radatazik Radatas. Say that 3x fast. Radatas love Hartau Radatas Uavayao Radatas love
I think
Hartau.
most of you do.
Booger said, hey Raiders. Hammy's Hangout said, I can't turn off the TTS. Hellfox83 said, lol. So much TTS. Hammy's Hangout said, so, enjoy the TTS. Shang Mania said, sorry. Ratataz said, I forgot about that. Lol.
I guess she had a short stream today, not sure why. Normally her streams are a little longer. I was going to raid into her, but she beat me to it. Always the fun thing about streaming is you have a raid target in your head, and then that raid target
I'm headed to my family for spa day.
you instead.
Booger said, do you want to hear a pizza joke?
Ooh, spa day.
Never mind, it's too cheesy.
I go with you. I want to go to the spa. Take me with you. It's like 400 degrees here. You could use a spa. Spa day would be nice. Some reason I think Boogers. I'm pretty sure your cheesy pizza joke.
We just had marble-sized hail about 1 hour ago. That was something else.
Well, Rada, you enjoy the spa. You deserve it. Glad that you are feeling better. I assume we will see you later for some party animals, unless you guys already did today's dailies.
At Ratataz and Booze 103.
But not really. Yeah, you enjoy your spa. You deserve it. I know you weren't feeling earlier in the week, so you have a wonderful day. And I will, if I don't hear from you later today, I will definitely probably hear from you tomorrow on Aaron's stream. So have a great day. Thank you for bringing your viewers here. It is appreciated. Yeah, I do need to work on temporarily disabling the TTS when a raid is
Hellfox83 said, at Ratataz have a safe trip. Enjoy
I do need
it.
to work on that. I do have the source code for MSpeaker. I don't think it's a feature, but since I have the source code, I might add it to see if I can add it to a feature, and then commit it back to GitHub for a patch, and maybe it'll get added into a future version. Because that's kind of that kind of is annoying sometimes when there's a thing. And also, the fact that I'm out here, I don't have access to the TTS silence button, which I should probably think about not having TTS enabled. But yeah, TTS normally is for me while I'm playing video games. Not doing me any good out here because I can't hear it.
Ratataz said, could you program a command to turn it off?
I think I can. I'll have to play with it later. I mean, that's why I like SpeakerBot and StreamerBot. Way more advanced, and they do talk to each other. So yeah, I could probably set some commands up for that. I mean, I only have 0 mods right now. Oh, there's a freaking hornet flying around. I mean, Nubaruk is lurking, but he's not here. So, accepting mod applications. Oh, it's a horsefly.
Clank43v2 said, what are you breaking down?
Please DM your 60-page dissertation onto why you want to be a mod for this channel, and I'll accept it. Hey, Clanky Clank. I am breaking down a Vasoguard, Vasoguard by Nicolette Vasculur. I'm pretty sure it is a machine that checks the blood flow in the human body. This was destined for e-waste.
Virulent said,
I am
love me a
removing any
CD-ROM.
good useful parts out of it. Resell back out to the retro computer enthusiast. So what I have here is a industrial PC 104 board, socket 370. These aren't as much desired as the other one was, but I have all the connectors for it. I have a floppy drive, hard drive, IDE. It does have this FPGA board on here. This one's a little harder to get out than the last one. The fact that it has this bridge board in the back, which I think's got a screw going down through here, which doesn't make sense because I can't unplug this. So
Clank43v2 said, I was
think I
about to
have
say,
loosen
it
this
looks like a
board and
P2/P3.
So let's see what happens. And then I have some industrial control boxes down here that have some stuff in them to tear apart as well. Yes, it is a P3.
Booger said, Booge 1 Vlerko 1 gonna play some games.
All right, boogers, lurk away, enjoy some games.
Clank43v2 said, remember the old slot processors?
Just tearing stuff down. Normally I'm just doing this by myself. All by myself. But I figured, what the hell? I bring my Twitch community to my my craziness. And you know what? If people enjoy this, maybe I will do more of them. So I will do is I'll put this VOD over on YouTube as well, so I can get all the e-waste haters. Oh, look at this. So another cost reduction. They're like, let's cut some of the aluminum out of the faceplate. Little floppy drive, little floppy action.
Shang Mania said, quick question cause I'm lurking and driving with no video.
That is great.
Are they SMD or dip?
Tape. Look at that. Let's buy a $50,000 piece of medical equipment and we'll use duct tape to hold it together. That's awesome. Good shot.
Clank43V2 said, all those ribbon cables take me back.
I'll take the CD-ROM drive off, but I'm not keeping it. If you want the CD-ROM drive, Verlin, you can have it. Not sure, Chang. What the question is, SMD or dip? Most of these, all those parts in here are SMD. This is actually a Pentium 3, Clank. The last one I just took apart was a K2 300 socket 7 and a very nice motherboard. These, I don't know what these are down here. There's orange boxes. I got 2 of these orange boxes. I don't know what's in them yet. It has a small industrial PC, like really small, and a touchscreen monitor. I don't know if they work. Hopefully they work. I don't know. Anybody need a 52X CDR drive? No DVD here. We don't need that technology. That'll go to e-waste.
52X was peak 1997. Omega Total said, disk shatterer.
There's the inside of this little board here.
Shang Mania said, DVD, it's just a fad.
Here,
oh wait, it's over.
1517. All SMD parts. No idea what this thing is. It has a hookup
Jagger
for
here said,
headphones,
Ariel
and
and
a 4
Lap
megahertz and an 8 megahertz probe of some sort. I don't know if that's the right way to look at it. Was that the right way to look at it? The probe. It's gonna get probed. Probe. See, someone knows what this is. I have no idea. So I'm going to keep this for the connectors. I do have these sensors. I don't know what Lap Alert is. Big old chunk of aluminum. Again, whoa, way lighter than the last piece of aluminum. Also, it's not a lot of much left millable on this. Why they milled this big chunk out? I guess it's just to reduce weight. But
Clank43V2 said, "Is that a billet?"
There's not enough aluminum for even to mess with.
Jagger here said, Russia could probably use its stuff for military equipment.
All right, so now we need to take out the
Clank43v2 said,
here.
at Dragger modernization. Dragger said,
again, a little
indeed.
14 psi air pumps or vacuum pumps. It does, I think it does the same. It does both. So again, all these hoses are, no, they got that one off. I like the way they put these, they put this safety tie on here to keep this not from getting loose, but somehow they still manage to get loose. I did have the hoses and everything else for these, but they just, it all got pitched. I mean, it's, so yeah, so we got two little air pumps. Not exactly sure if they're useful for anybody. This one doesn't even have a rating on it. That just says, I mean, I could probably look them up on eBay and see if they're going for anything on eBay. I don't know. I'm sure I'll post this to YouTube and then someone will be like, I've been looking for some of those air pumps forever. You threw them away. How dare you? I could have used them. Sad panda. Cry. Then I'll be like, I saved them. Here you go. Give me your address. And then they'll ghost me. All right. Well, air pumps. Let's cut the hoses. So they are 24 volt air pumps, 1 bar, again, made by K&R Neuberger. Oh, they're German. They're German. The little air pumps. I mean, look at the fancy circuit boards on the back. They got noise suppression. I mean, put them together, does it give you 30 psi? Or what if you take one and hook it to the other? Would that give you double the air pressure? I like the little reducers. They're like, yeah, we don't need the big hoses. Like, I don't even know what you would use this for. I mean, kind of cool, but how long do you think it would take to fill up a tank with these?
Clank43v2 said, good lord, the mosquitoes here are awful. They gave up any pretense of subtlety and tried to bite my face.
Clank, what are you doing in the mosquito? It's like, where are you at? You're getting attacked by mosquitoes.
Omega Total said, lol.
I don't. I mean, they got these cool.
Clank43v2 said, Beaumont TX.
But I don't think I can even get them out of here. Oh no.
Just had 9 inches of rain the last week, so everything is breeding mosquitoes.
Gotta cut the cords quicker. Cut them quicker.
Have to shower it off before you open the door.
Patient's gonna die. Yeah, so they put this little safety ring on here to prevent the nut from screwing loose, but I don't think it worked very well because this thing just came loose. Patent number 4630847, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I only know one medical company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's Medtronic, but this is CPC. Never heard of them. Your product sucks, guys. It doesn't stay secure. So, but I you know what? I'll keep these little goofy little connectors. Look at those things. Does not look cool or what? I guess this means high voltage and this means body. All right.
Jagger here said, my body is low voltage. Changmania said, high voltage plus body. Got it? Hammy's Hangout said, 80 time.
All right, so this is just going to go to scrap. All right, let's see if we can get this board. Let me wait for add the end. I'm gonna refill. Nope, looks like ads are back. All right, no more ads. All right, so I think what I gotta do is take these screws loose here. Which then will allow me to slide
Jagger here said,
that way.
waiting for ad to start.
This is gonna be very odd that if I can't get this board out of here. Like, what am I missing? It's like, seriously. I have to slide it that way in order to get it to come out. I can't pull up on it because these are protruding out the back of the case. See? Oh no, anybody need a Windows XP license? KQPQTDK. No, there. Don't need that. No one's going to. Yeah, so there's one more screw in the bottom of this frame, so I can't get to it. Breaker. I'm not going to fight with that. Go to $1. How do I get this out? Let's try this. Let's just take the motherboard screws out. These all had, so these were on. They plugged these things
More
in.
food
They all
I
had
can't
bad
get.
CMOS batteries.
Lion Might Official
The
said,
CMOS
wow, I
battery is
love
located
Fortnite.
underneath
Lurk.
this board.
Clank
So this
43
is all the
V2
stuff
said,
you had to do
that
to
is a
change the
giant
battery out.
speaker
This
for
is
a
probably
PC.
why they ended up in where they ended up, because nobody could get to, like, where do we change the battery? So this thing literally had a shelf life of 5 years, maybe. So I'm gonna pull this board out. This board's useless. It's just gonna go to waste. Can't do anything with it. There's absolutely nothing of value on it. This does have an ESS audio drive sound card and some kind of fancy video card. All right, so ta-da! We have removed it. All right, so we have an industrial PC board with this crazy bridge board on it, which is kind of cool. 2 parallel ports. Look at that. 2 parallel ports, 3 serial ports, a VGA port, PS2, USB network, all in this little tiny. So if someone wanted to build like a sleeper retro PC, perfect use. Socket 370. Not that bad, not that horrible. Obviously, you can't put a fancy video card in. It's got one PCI slot. So yeah, it's not super great, but it's still useful for something. I mean, they do still sell on eBay. People still buy.
I have a mosquito bite on the webbing of my thumb now. I'm going to start burning the countryside.
This isn't Fortnite. This isn't even a PUBG. Come on, Lion Mite. You're all not following Lion Mite. Make sure you're following Lion Mite. Formerly known as the artist String Player Gamer. He makes really bad reviews I'm sorry, good reviews of reactions to music on soundtracks of video games. He is a founding member of the Video Game Police. Or is that Meowsicle? So this is an isolation transformer. I just kind of chopped the other one up. I'm going to go ahead and save this one. Isolation transformers are good for repairing stuff. If you need to isolate your project from main voltage, you can use this, and it will isolate I hear a woodpecker. So, of course, I don't know which wires go where. So yeah, this is an isolation transformer. There's no, oh, there's a model right here. Carnell Transformers from 2003. So this had a CD-ROM drive in it, but the transformer was made in 1997 or 2003. That CD-ROM drive sounds like it was pretty new. Hey, Clank, you need to get inside the house immediately, sir. Close doors, duct tape all your gaps. We don't need you to get malaria. Mosquitoes at 10 o'clock in the morning is not a good sign. I don't care where you live. You're in Texas.
I'm in the
There
house.
should be no
I'm just finding
mosquitoes
new
out
wounds.
at this time in the morning. Save the power connector for the power supply. Tape the screws. Let's cut these wires out of here. Save the fancy power switch.
It's a gray drizzly day. They are usually out all day.
I don't want the speakers. Oh, almost threw my socket away. Look at that height they bolted that down, bent it down. Anybody want the speakers before I throw them away? Speak now, forever hold your peace. I already took the feet off. All right. Let's remove the items off the table here. Slide the screws over. We're gonna get the next big box out of here, up on the table here. Hopefully my table doesn't fall over.
Those looks like the same speakers they put in the dash of a 1999 Suburban.
Save these bits. Save this. He wants this for some kind of tentacle thing. I don't know. All right. So the next item is pretty big item. It is heavy. So hopefully the table doesn't fall over. We're gonna find out. Oh, Jesus Christ, this thing's fucking heavy. Ooh. Okay. Don't ask me what it is. No idea. Screen replaced something 19. Bad. I don't know what that means. Looks like the screen got water on it. I don't know if it's any good, so I'm gonna open it up. Maybe y'all can see inside it. Here, I'm gonna kind of turn it the other way. Oh, Jesus Christ, this thing's heavy. Scrapper's gonna love me. Okay. So, look at all that fancy stuff inside the thing. Okay, so we have a Tyco touchscreen, which now that I see it's Tyco, it kind of sucks. Doesn't really work with anything. We have a industrial 24 volt power supply, 2.5 amp. It's always useful. We have some kind of Atom Ethernet IO control box. Tons of IO inputs, probably totally still supported. We have an Advantech ARC 1122 PC. So I'm going to take basically, I don't know what these things are, no idea. We have some Acro Omega communication 2-wire transmitter over here. Not sure what that goes to. So we do have a power strip, but the power strip has been hacked into the wiring. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if we can get the PC to turn on and the monitor to turn on, and then we're going to strip it. So let's figure this out. So first things first is we have a USB cable here that goes to the outside. There. So this is a power cable. That figure where this goes. This goes here. That's interesting. That's power strip that's been cut and wired into the power supply. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this. It's garbage. Okay, so we have DCN for the PC, which is this cable here, and this one's to the monitor. So one's for the monitor, one's for the PC. Okay, so those are our power for the monitor and the PC. I have a power strip right here. Let's first plug in the monitor.
Honestly, that looks like a pressure monitor from a pump station or oil rig.
Do we have anything? Any lights on? Hello? Anybody home?
Cloud2 Ground said, WTF that power strip.
No beeps, no boops, no nothing. No Ethernet activity on the lights. Oh, we don't have power on the power brick. What? Well, power brick does not work for the monitor. So we'll just tear it apart and go from there. Which sucks. So we'll first take this. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Cloud. This is the typical industrial design. I see all kinds of industrial machines.
Hammy Hands Bot said, "Hey everyone.
Honestly, they all
Dragger
look
here
like
is going to
this.
either go
Absolute
hide in the
fucking
corner,
shit.
or go poop, either way, don't stare at them awkwardly. Or do stare, either way, have fun Dragger here."
Kind of scary.
That guy 19947
Apparently they
said,
say, well,
"Is
if
that a
it's inside the
controller for
case, it catches
CNC
fire.
machine?"
Who cares? I guess. I don't know. So I'll take the monitor off. I'll see what I can do about the. So this is just basically going to go. I'm going to remove all the modules. The circuit breakers look nice, but they're kind of beat up on the side of the cabinet. Check my battery. So yeah, my battery is fully charged, plugged in this way. So apparently the GoPro media mount sucks, but now that I know that I can just keep the side cover off of the camera. This is not a controller. I don't know what this is. Here's the security tag for it. We have an I/O module, power relay. We have a small PC. We have some nice relays here. It's missing a relay over here. We got some DIN mounted stuff here. This is a 2-wire transmitter. I have 2 of these, but I don't have a receiver, so transmitter field configuration switches. Maybe someone can look it up, see what it is. It's a Acromag model 655T-0600. 2-wire transmitter. Input thermocoupler or millivolt. Output 0 to 20 volts DC. So we have an input and an output. No idea. Small industrial PC over here with HDMI out and wireless. So we'll get that out. We'll get this out. And welcome in for a time. I do have a CNC back there behind me. Wow, that's weird. Did I take these screws out? Did you guys see me take these screws out over here?
Oh,
I don't remember
hey
taking
that
those
guy
screws out.
19947. Thanks
This
for
is
hitting
pretty-
that follow button.
Hopefully this still works. I don't know. So it got rained on. No idea, but the power supply doesn't work, so we'll have to test this later.
Clank43v2 said, "Looks like it's a signal isolating
Maybe the
switch for
power
an
supply
automation
and the other one
system."
works. I might try to save these rails. See if we can get this PC out of here. All right, so the door comes off. It is a nice e-stop button, but it's dirty as fuck. Pardon my French. So let's just, I'm gonna take the e-stop button off. These usually just screw off. Normally. In this case, it doesn't want to come off. This is actually a pretty nice one, so screws on the back. What's interesting about these e-stop switches is, so that goes in here, right? And then this is a little lock. So that's what holds it on. So it's just got a nice light on the front of it, which is kind of cool. But to get the part, you just take that and it comes off. Like, hopefully someone's not inside the cabinet and accidentally hits that, because, I mean, I guess it just popped off, see? It's nice that it kind of just pops in and locks in, so. So it's got a nice little LED on the front of it to tell you the machine's working. So, a little grungy, but that probably will clean up with a little purple stuff. Let's see if we can get this piece. I'm gonna take the door off. Throw that into the e-waste bin. Where's the? I'm sorry, the scrapper bin. I just give this stuff to the scrap guy. It's not worth my effort to haul it. I just text him and he'll come and get it. If I can get it to come apart. Get some Jesus Christ clips on it. It's definitely some kind of industrial piece of equipment. I have 4 of them. I have 2 of these, and then I have some other ones over here behind me, which we'll get to shortly. Those are 440 volt chiller systems. One was brand new with all the brand new modules inside it, which will be nice. The other one was a used system, and someone had already got their fingers in it and took a couple of the parts out of it. So we're going to compare the two and see which parts were taken out. I didn't notice the parts were taken out. There was another gentleman at the auction buying it. He's like, "Oh, this is junk. No one wants this crap." And it's funny how he was the only person bidding against me on the crap. I mean, I only paid $10 for these, but I primarily wanted it for the switches and stuff. I do need to grab the screws off the front of that. Throw that in the trash. All right, so this gives me access. I mean, it's a good box, but with a big hole cut in the front of it, I don't know. I'm not going to do anything with it. Got these big studs sticking out of the side of it. It's very studly. All right, so let's get the studs up together. I mean, I don't... Orange.
Those
too.
Acromac things are worth
Safety
200
orange.
plus a pop
All right,
on
so there's
eBay.
only 2 screws holding this in, which is weird.
Just looked it up.
Which honestly is kind of nice. It's just 2 screws holding it in. I don't have to fight with it. All right, so here we go. Not sure what this is. Maybe someone on the chat can look it up and see what it is. It's an Advantech ARC 1122. It's got a VGA signal, HDMI, 2 USB network, and wireless. Wireless might be cell because it has a spot for a SIM card on the other side. Serial port, another network port, so it's got 2 network ports, another USB. So there's no wireless on this side, so I'm pretty sure this is the side for the wireless, maybe, I don't know, but it's a ARC 1122. Not sure what that is. All right, so yeah, the Acromac thing. This thing, the Acromac 655T-0600. They're like $200 on eBay. Really? Is that what they sold for, or is that what people are asking for? That's the question. Is like, is it selling for those prices? If anything, I will list this on eBay for $50. Buy it now, and I'll be like, removed from equipment, unknown. As is. All right, so I don't know what these things are. These are kind of weird looking. So let's unhook this. And
ARC
easiest way to do that is just curl
1122 is a
wire.
400 refurb.
These are sensor
300
wires here.
eBay.
That's a sensor wire of some sort. That's not. Yeah, so that's why I buy this stuff, Clank, is see if there's any useful modules in it that I can use. And if not, then I just list them on eBay. I mean, it's obviously used parts removed from equipment. Or if someone in my local community could use it for something. This is XD1 is what system labeling calls it. So it is a AC current transducer. Okay, so it's all right. So basically, this is for measuring the current of a 0 to 5 amp load. Kind of a weird mounting arrangement. Normally these are, mounted in like, they're like current toroids. This is kind of a different design. Sucks it's only 5 amps. Definitely useful. Like someone wanted to build something to measure. Calibrated Ohio Semitronics. Made in America. UL listed measuring equipment. Self-powered from measured line. 1 volt amp. So it'll measure up to 5 amps. The other one is rated for 1 amp. That's sad. That's super sad. That is a very low current rating to be measuring. Like, so these go into this box here. So this is obviously measuring some kind of load. Very small load, nonetheless. I mean, 0 to 5 amp and 1 amp load. I mean, 1 amp load's like a 100 volt light bulb. Or one light bulb, like a 100 watt light bulb.
Omega Total said, self-monitoring and reporting possibly.
Come over here. Yeah, so this one's 1 amp. Okay. Now,
Separately from the actual external systems it's monitoring.
This is more of a traditional current loop transducer I'm familiar with. I do need to get something to drink. And the sides of the holes in these bad boys. Oh no, I don't know where all the wires went. It's okay, it's never going back together. So this is a more traditional current loop. Got a lot of wires on it. So this is a more current, this has oh, this is a ground fault sensor. NK Technologies ground fault sensor. So 24 volts comes in through these 2 wires here. It has an output contact and then an interrupt. So basically, the jumpers have been removed, so who knows what it's set to. So that's why there was 2 wires going through it. So this would be, one side would be your hot side, the other side would be your line side, and you would run it through here. In a normal circuit, you would have 0 amps. So both sides would equal each other out and be 0 amps. However, if one of those wires takes a path to ground via some other method, not necessarily ground wire, but water on the ground, such that current will then be gone past through the ground, and then you'll have an equal imbalance between the two wires, and then this will trip.
Clank 43V2 said,
Yeah,
high
so
pressure
I
hydraulic system
I
monitor.
have no way to test this or
Question mark.
refurbish this or do anything with it. So I basically will just sell it. I mean, if that's how much this thing's going for, I'll just list it as is on eBay, removed from expired test equipment. I mean, I have no idea what this thing even is. I mean, I got 2 big contactors, a smaller contactor. This box here is an Atom 5000L Ethernet IO. I do have this module here. It was in the other cabinet. So here's where these current loops went. They went into this. So this is good for monitoring all kinds of cool stuff. Being Ethernet based. Split's cracked. And then these are all the power relays, so these all can. So basically, it monitored current draw. Probably some digital I/O, and basically the PC controlled it all, make it do things. Monitor the load to make sure there was no faults. Basically, a really big fancy circuit breaker panel. We wanted to do this, but then we need this. We need this to make it safe. Same thing, ground fault sensor. And I can test these. These are testable. So I can put a 5 milliamp load through here, and this should trip. So that's easily testable. Technically, it's probably not a bad idea to put that on my CNC. Put the motor wires through it. Let's take this guy out. Got these really nice plugs on the side. I'll probably take those out. Panel mount receptacles. On the side over here, we had a spot that's labeled PC probe. So it definitely was measuring some kind of temperature as well. So this is the IO control box, an Atom 5000L TCP. We got power relays, current inputs. So if I can figure out how to, oh, the frame's cracked. That kind of sucks. I can figure out how to power it up. Let's see if I can get access to it. If the software's available.
Omega Total said, could be a water/sewage pumping station monitor for a specific pump controller.
Give it a test. I mean, it's got a ton of 8 relays. I mean, looks like some kind of current probe. Looks useful. We have a power supply here, brains of it all. 24-volt power supply, nice industrial mount. Great for building access control systems. This does not look factory wiring. All right, so we have a Rhino 24-volt, 2.5 amp industrial power supply. All right, bunch of wire. Not sure how these relays hold down in here. Not a big fan of open relays like this. Not very safe. Oh, look at this guy. This is why these are not safe. I'll get that out. I'll show it to you. This is exactly why these should not ever be used. So this is a what is the rating on this thing? Schneider Electric, 40 amps. Contacts are pretty clean, but I mean, seriously, 40 amps. I'm like, no. I mean, if it's in a box, I guess it's okay, but still. Put your tongue on those. All right, let's take the other one out and I'll show you why these are dangerous.
From Propulsion said, "Greetings.
Hello, first time chatter. Clank, Omega, yes, you guys could totally be correct. Now, a lot of this stuff recently they've had was medical equipment. So this could have been used for some kind of, with a thermocoupler, it could have been used for some kind of chilling environment, something, I don't know. There's no name or anything on it. The other one, I have all the paperwork on them. All right. This is why these are dangerous. And this is just going to go in the trash. I'm not even going to keep this. That. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Yeah. So, some wire or something hit this, and yeah.
Burnt contact.
So that's why this is dangerous. Dangerous. These, on the other hand, are safe. Because all the wiring, none of the wiring's exposed. Sure why I can't get this out so easily. But these are all den mount, so you can get a little foot down here, you can pull on it, and it'll come out. This is rated for 16 amps.
Clank43V2 said, you know some guy spent a week
Relay
wiring
comes
that
out,
whole
can be
thing up
replaced.
and
This is
making it
actually
work.
pretty nice relay. It's got a ton of inputs. And it has a little manual bypass. So you can manually trip the, you can also push the button to make it do things. So instead of, like, say the 20, so if like it's not getting the 24 volts or whatever, you can flip that and it will turn on. It does have a little light as well, tell you that it's energized. Nice little relay. It's made by Schneider. No, this is made by Magnacraft. So this says Schneider, but it says Magnacraft on the side. Well, we're getting to the end of this. I am not going to strip any of this wire. It's not worth my time. I don't really care about any of this Panduit stuff. I will take these out. That simply comes out by loosening this screw and this screw here.
Omega Total said, probably a day or two at most. Following mostly some plan by some engineering dude or team behind a screen.
Thin rail mounting to hold stuff in place. Super useful, not cheap, totally recyclable. And now I got all these, which again, so these are generally useful. The only downfall to them is I like these for connecting stuff and building things. The downfall to them is the following. Show you as soon as I get this guy out. He's out here. So the contacts are exposed on one side. So one side acts like an insulator, the other side does not. So then you have to use one of these on the end to kind of protect it, but that doesn't really cover everything up. So the one end, yeah, they all I'm just not a big fan of that. But keep all these are all useful.
Clank43V2 said, usually you have to wire it up and test everything as you go along. The guys in our shop have tough books they run the simulation through as they build it.
It's just Chinese. Now my screwdriver's locked underneath here. Give me my screwdriver back.
We build hydraulic systems.
I like the power receptacles, but this breaker's broke, that breaker's broke. This one still works. And you know what's funny is James Cordon was just working on a generator, and he literally was trying to find one of these breakers, and he couldn't find one. This looks just like the breaker he was looking for. I'm going to take this one out. This one looks like it's still in good shape. Take a little clip off the end of it. Little Jesus Christ clip. Little pin slides out. This comes out. This goes down. I'm going to put this back in here so I don't lose it. I mean, it is a used breaker, but still. And I'll put the screws back in it. The other ones are broken, so I'm not going to bother with them. Not sure on these plugs. Yeah, someone spent a week putting this together, and I'm taking me a day and an afternoon to take it apart. So not gonna bother keeping the plugs. I don't. For twist locks, they're kind of cool, but not cool. Whatever. All right, off the scrap heap. I'm not gonna. There's nothing else in here for me to keep. All right, I'm gonna get a drink. I will be right back. You can all admire this Atom controller. Here, I'll make sure you can see it. There you go. You admire that. I'm gonna get a drink. Be right back.
Omega Total said, interesting, some guys I know do entertainment related systems and it's all designed on PC and somewhat simulated and improved before purchasing / assembly from my understanding. Crazy how much difference in some industries from others.
All right, chat. What do you guys want me to see tear apart? Tear apart another orange box, or tear apart the other industrial controller?
Clank43v2 said, most of our stuff goes on oil rigs. Lots of redundant systems.
So the other one I have is like brand new. So you can all cry and yell bloody murder for me destroying something that probably is still good and probably could be sold as a complete unit, but you know, that's not the purpose of what I'm doing. Is it? So, one in chat, another orange box. Number 2 in chat, we want to do on the other boxes, or a 3 in chat to see if we can get that other PC running.
Take it apart with explosives.
Which if we do option 3, that means it's orange. That means it would be an orange one. So the 1 for one of the 440 industrial chillers. Yeah,
just do whatever, man. I'm here for it.
So your explosive option's not available. Just do whatever. All right, so considering the orange thing is currently being used as a shelf, we're gonna do one of the other ones.
Omega Total said, power up the other orange box.
Inside this one. All right, this one's the brand new one. Oh, look at this box. Oh, look at all the labels on this guy. Look at all the labels. Heavy too. Look at the wires. Look at the industrial cables on this bad boy. Sorry about the neighborhood noise. Look at this cable. It's got all these wires in it. Ain't that just sexy?
Clank43V2 said, and it has a lot of buttons.
It's also got a
Fun.
thermal probe. Get probed. So as you can see, it runs on 440 volts. It's got an alarm for a pump failure and 2 fan failures, and then a line voltage. Hazardous voltage. Disconnect power before servicing or cleaning. All right, so chat, disconnect power. Power's disconnected. All right, here we go. Like I said, this one's like brand new. So all the parts in this one.
Omega Total said, yeah, if you don't disconnect power, that's how you get art flashes and burn spots on your contactors that are exposed.
This box is actually very useful, so I probably will not scrap this box. This is a very nice box. I got a bunch of stickers. Which is weird how many stickers they gave me here. Like, oh, that's weird. It's like, that's strange. So these are double-sided stickers here. That's a sticker on a sticker. Oh no, it's just stuck together.
The print on the front adhered to the back side of the backing paper for the other stickers.
Those are the same
Smiley
numbers.
face.
So this is a Euro Chiller International Cooler made in Italy from 2018. 3-phase, 440 volt, 60 hertz, 20 amp load. Super.
Clank43V2 said, holy shit, they didn't even put it together? It's just parts.
Bunch of stickers here. So this was for this thing must have got really hot. $31. So it's like, this is the box with all the extra parts. I'm guessing. Not sure why I'm saving these stickers, but whatever. So yeah, this was new, and these were all the stickers that were in here. So yeah, Euro Chiller OFC Kit 210 for all you playing around at home. So here's the paperwork. Here's all the wiring diagrams. Apparently I do not have this device. Oh, this is the new one. This is the old one. So, garbage. Garbage. So, nice wire. That's useful. All right. Yeah, art flashes, not arc flashes. All right. So no, it has been put together. I think this is how it came. I think these are just parts, spare parts. So you can do some googling on these. I have some Socomec. These are the front handles. Part number 148E1111. I have 3 of these. Part number 1481441. Now, I don't. That's this part on the front of the cabinet. Now, what useful is these without the actual breakers to go with them? However, I have 3 of these. For 100 amp breakers, brand new in the box. So there is, it is sealed. I can't open this. So I'm pretty sure this item is not cheap. It is a safety circuit. So I have 3 of those. Part number 22003010. 1, 2, 3 of those. And then I also have 3 front control panels. Now, what I don't have this. I'm guessing this is, oh, no, I spoke too soon. 1, 2, 3. I also have those. So there we go. 3 brand new 100 amp disconnects.
What did you say that part was?
I will post the part numbers here. Hold on. All right. We have
Partlo 2,230,101.
Socomec 22003010. That's a Serco M3 3X100. A load brake switch.
Hammy's Hangout said, Socomec 22,003,010 Serco M3 3x100A load brake switch. Clank 43V2 said, oh good. Hammy's Hangout said, Socomec 14,070,520 AX Type S5 by 5 200 meters shaft.
148E111. S0R-Type 4X.
Socomec 148E1111 are Type 4X external operation.
So those items will remain in sealed box. Okay. Next items. 3 unopened Allen Bradley ground fault protection circuit breakers.
Clank 43V2
315
said,
amperes.
yeah, the breaker is 150
Unopened.
nib, the shaft is $5,
These
and
are
the external
industrial
thing is
circuit breakers.
72. Allen Bradley stuff is expensive.
And then Allen Bradley
It's automation.
192-NG11.
Hammy's Hangout said, Allen Bradley 1492 MeGat 115. Clank 43V2 said, Allen Bradley nib is 500. Hammy's Hangout said, ad break starting.
So what you're saying is, if I list the breakers for $50, I could probably sell them pretty quick. And then the Secomex, sell them for $100. Buy it now. You probably sell them pretty quick. Then there's just a bunch of these, which I will put with the rest of my stuff. Some motor sill. Motor sill D. Original silicone glass kit. Unopened. Look at that. Never heard of this. Original silicone gasket. Sensor safe gasket sealant. And then bag of new hardware. Bag of zip ties. Allen Bradley zip ties, nonetheless. Another bag of Allen Bradley zip ties. Some special grommets. These are not what they are. These are just boxes, and they just have the connectors and stuff in them. I thought they were going to be new in box, but they're just the pieces and stuff for the thing. So I'll take those out of here. So the other one looks just like this. I have another one of these, but it basically, these two pieces are missing. So what I'll do is I'll just take these out, sell these as poles.
Clank 43V2 said, Allen Bradley is the Mercedes of automation world.
These are all I don't know if these can be used in single phase. I mean, they're all 3-phase hookups. These have all been cut, so garbage. All right, so what I want to do is I want to save this wiring because this is really nice wiring. These are really nice grommets. So I'm going to just unhook all these down here at the bottom. Big old ground bar down here at the bottom. Urgh. I wish I had the other one of those. That's a TLZ35 temperature controller. Those are always useful to have.
I think I talked our head
Alan
engineer and
Bradley
the
is the
CEO into
Mercedes
letting
of
us
gift
try to
giving.
make a BattleBot.
Wow, look at cruel people. These are all screws, but the last one's an Allen head. Unfortunately, this transformer is useless. 440 to 480N. I mean, I don't have a use for it, so I'll pull it. Maybe it's worth something on eBay. Oh, I really hate these connectors. I'm just gonna. Question is did they actually put things on the end, or they just stuff them in there? Nope, they have the things in them. Let's see if I can find my screwdriver. All right, here we get a small screwdriver. Check camera. Camera still 100%. Well, if you do decide to start working on making a BattleBot, you let me know, or Mega Total know, and we can hook you up with the people in the BattleBot industry. We are all friends with many of the BattleBot competitors. I think I know like 4 or 5 that have all made BattleBots and been on television. So depending on what size BattleBot you want. I don't know the rules of making them. I know there's weight classes.
Yeah, we're on step 1 of about 10,000, I'm sure.
Well, these screws really torqued down.
Probably need to make a small scale before moving up.
What's interesting is I don't see any automation controllers in here. The only automation controller is this box. This is clearly a 3-phase. One's probably for the okay. So the front had pump, alarm, and alarm. So 2 fans. So one was probably for the pump, and one was for the, and these are for the 2 fans. So this is simply a simple cooling controller. This box here basically controlled the temperature and then turned on the pumps and the fans for super fancy air conditioner. Yeah, there's a so the event I help run, Maker Faire Orlando. They have what's called Robot Ruckus because you can't use the other name because it's like, you know, copyrighted or something. And there's other battle competitions out there. This is probably not going to go through this whole. Oh man. Nope. Gonna have to cut the end. Oh well. I like these little cable tie things. These are kind of cute. Meanwhile, someone
Chronos
somewhere like,
underscore said,
man,
afternoon
they're
hammy.
ruining that perfectly good control box. I really need one of them. And this one is the temperature cable, which I do not want to cut. So white was on number 10. Red was on number 12. Yeah, I'm bummed that the control box is missing from the other one. That's probably the most useful thing in this whole entire box is that. There's the probe.
Jagger here said, I potted a plant.
Hello, McBronis. How are you? How was dance? How was dance, Dad? I have a text message. HCLF race road will racetrack road will be closed. Blah 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 for railroad repair. That's good because I don't even go that way. And Drag potted a plant. What kind of plant, Drag? Tell us about this plant.
Chronos underscore said, always a good time. This time we tailgated for Mother's Day for the dance moms. What you fixing? CNC box?
And for those that are working at home, this is a Ascon
Dragger here
Technology
said, it's a Diefenbachia that had been soaking in water for weeks to make roots.
PLZ 35LRR.
Hammy's Hangout said, Askintech TLZ 35 LRR.
So it is a so it looks like it has two outputs. Temperature probe.
Dragger here said, I have another one to pop but it needs a few more weeks before it's ready for the dirt. Clank43V2 said, anywhere from 100 to 250 on eBay.
Everyone needs a temperature controller. Nice. I only got one, which sucks. Overall, I think if I list this crap on eBay and just put awfully low prices on it, it'll all go out the door pretty quick. I'm scrapping some control boxes, Macronus. Which I can figure out how to get them apart.
Chronos
And
underscore said,
relay.
scrap, melt, sell the bits.
There's our power in. And some of the stuff I'll keep, like these breakers. I don't know what size it is. I'll do that. This nice breakers. This is an Eaton breaker. Two-pole breaker. What's the current on it? 6 amp breaker. So nice DIN mount 6 amp breaker. Some of these breakers, like, there's supposed to be a thing to pop them loose. I don't want to come apart. So everything runs on 24 volts AC in this box.
Honestly, that whole box looks like someone cared. Took time to make neat.
This is a Schneider electric 3 amp breaker. These are all, that's a, oh, these are adjustable. 9 to 14 amps, 4 to 6.3, 4 to 6.3. Oh no, the warranty seal is like on here. Pretty sure that's for the equipment itself. Oh no, I broke the warranty seal. I'm pretty sure that's for the, it's not for Schneider, that's for the company that sold this. They probably had all this set to a certain current rating. And they're like, if you touch the settings and change it, you void your warranty. Yeah, so that's the, yeah, so pull the bits. Oh, I'm sure someone really did care. I'm sure someone did. Someone probably, it probably took someone a whole week to build this. as Clank was saying earlier. And it's going to take me a whole day to strip it. There was 3 of these brand new, by the way, in boxes. Never. I'm not sure how they come apart. That screw comes out of there.
You get at the auction eye.
So, looking at the new one, we have the ring, which looks like it has a squeeze in here. So, yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work. It's probably designed that once you put it in, it never comes out. There we go. Or if you just try hard enough. Let's leave the screw in here. Open box. I'll sell a new one with an open box one. Now, Shirami Timbers. Well, I don't know how that's going to come off the front. Oh, that's...
Clank 43V2 said, it's surprising how expensive some
I
little
like that. It's got
plastic
a
bits
safety lock
are.
out. You put that and put a lock in there. Yeah, I'm not sure how this comes apart. There's a little button down here, but okay, so here's a new one. There's that little button. Oh, I see. The button is just to get it. So there are screws, but those screws are not protruding. So let's just use a little mechanical advantage. There we go. Okay, so how this works is if this equipment is turned on, this is locked in here. Can't get it out. However, you take your safety screwdriver and put it inside here, it just comes out. That's how you open the box with the power on. Because there's always a way to get past the safety. Yeah, I got all this at the auction. These are relatively cheap compared to the numbers that Plank has been reading off. based on the parts I pulled out of this box, the new parts, if I were selling the stuff new, it's over $1,000, I think, in new parts that were in boxes unsealed. I am not going to sell them. Oh, it's the door locks key. Oh, hell yeah. All right, so this guy's all held in with Allen keys. Let's get out the calibrated Allen wrenches. Yeah, I mean, I have absolutely no use for a three-phase 100-amp breaker. I mean, this apparently has been calibrated to metric, and these are not metric. I mean, this was made in some foreign country. Too big. Come on, seriously? In the hole. I have inserted my tool into the hole. Okay. This guy gets released from the top, which is obviously backwards. There we go. So, one pretty much brand new breaker, but I don't have the box for it. So yeah. But I could sell this with one of the boxed ones, sell for a little bit more. Like $100, $150, include one complete open assembly. I think with most of these breakers here, like this breaker here, I'm pretty sure how these work is if any of the legs exceeds the current, the breaker will trip. If I can get these warranty stickers off of the frame from the manufacturer, not the manufacturer of the breaker. I mean,
Chronos underscore said, heading to Ren's for Mother's Day. Have a great stream, Ham. Maybe be on later to game.
I could sell those other ones for new though, because they're still in the bag. But honestly, these being smaller amperage, I might keep these and use these on my CNC. Now, where is the release? Where are they with that release? Might have to take the rail out. I mean, this box is actually pretty useful. I'll probably keep this box. You can use for lightning suppression for an antenna system. All right. now I gotta find the other screw. I'm gonna just take all these and slide them down.
One C3D571215 said,
Amazing the size
Hammy
of
eye.
the wire going into these, even the size of the wire coming out of them. There's the other screw. There we go. So the release is... Where are the releases? There's this. There's no release. Interesting. Oh, I see. I don't know. So I think this plastic piece here comes off, which then gives access to... No, there's no release. That's a molded piece. Interesting. Okay, well, we're just gonna cut these wires. Oh, what? Oh, that's... I'm like these got some kind of side controllers on them? Like, no. There we go. 3 variable breakers. I'm just gonna peel these warranty stickers off of here. There. Which is weird is they have little things in here which you could just stick like those little security tags and dangling them on there to sort of prevent you from taking the door off. It's just weird that they stuck stickers on here. I mean, it's obviously from the manufacturer of this box, or whoever made this thing. This one's set to... So it says 4 to 6.3 amps. So it goes 5, 6.3, 4, 6.3, and 5. What kind of engineering is that? Oh, so maybe it goes 4. Okay, starts here and then turns up. So this is set to like 5.5, 5.5, and this one's set to like 10 amps. So this is probably for the pump, and these were for the fans. But being adjustable, you could adjust all the way down to 4 amps. So. Hello! Say hello to your mother. Hope she has a wonderful Mother's Day. Hello, Ice Strings. How are you? Welcome in. I am standing out in my driveway tearing things apart, as I do. Making some sad engineer sad, or making some happy engineer sad that he designed this, and then now Hammy's in here destroying it.
Clank43v2 said, going to run PUBG for a bit.
Oh, these are...
Hammy Hands Bot said, hey everyone. Clank43v2 is going to either go hide in the corner, or go poop. Either way, don't stare at them awkwardly. or do stare, either way, have
These are
fun Clank
relays.
43v2.
Which, for whatever reason, my
Jagger
screwdriver
here
does
said,
not want to
I didn't poop but I
open.
farted.
Try this one. They are Phillips. Oops, didn't get one. Oh, where are you
This does
hiding,
bring back
Screwdriver?
memories of when I worked on stuff like that.
Lights down. Back. There's the other one. See? I'm all about helping bring back those memories. Everyone loves memories. All right, so there's spring locks.
Those aren't good memories.
Yeah, I'm guessing these just don't So yeah, these are just snap on but don't snap off. So there's no way to, well, actually you can get them off that way. Okay. So they come off towards the bottom, so you got to pull down on them and then they come off. Okay. Now we know that. The lights. Ah, so I see how it worked. The lights
I was overworked,
would come
underpaid,
on
and
when
unappreciated.
the breaker trips. They were wired across. So these came on the top side, and they would come on when there was a power failure. Okay. I was wondering how the alarm lights worked. Like I said, this box, I'll keep the box. This is actually a nice empty enclosure. Keep that in there. These will all come out. I won't use any of these. So. Yeah. Nice box. Definitely usable. If I don't use it, I know someone else will probably use it. Well, I think, Greg, I think we were all, back in the day, all overworked, underpaid, and some of us probably still are. I think the only people in this world that are not overworked and underpaid are the CEOs and the the one percenters, as we call them. Everyone else in this world is underpaid. I want to take the monitor bracket off this one. Hell, if we were all not underpaid,
My job offshored to China,
we
so
all
I
wouldn't be
changed
doing
careers.
things to make extra money. Ah, screw doesn't want to come out. Come on, just a little bit further. You can do it. And then it's stripped. All right, let's grab this thing with this bolt here. Someone really stripped that screw. This garbage. All right, chat. It's getting hot here. I'd like to thank everyone for lurking today. Anybody need a power strip?
It isn't hot here.
I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna raid out somewhere. Not sure where yet. Again, thanks for the resubs, Rada, Virulent. Thanks for the gift subs, Rada. Has anybody followed? Thanks for the follows. I don't know if there was any new follows. I don't see that on my laptop. Oh, but I'm gonna clean up. It's getting hot out. Didn't get as far as I wanted to get. I got 2 more boxes I need to go through, but it's pretty much the same thing we just did. So yeah, it's in the 90s here. It's warm. But I'm standing out here in the heat. Not much air breathing here, and I gotta go meet someone to help load up some arcade cabinets. So I gotta unfortunately get this cleaned up, this stuff in a box to be processed, and then roll the motorcycle back in the garage and stuff. So let me find someone to raid. Do we want a gamer? Do we want a... Let's raid. Infrared tech tangents. I will do a
Hammy's Hangout said, Tomb Raid Hammy Raid 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 Tomb Raid Hammy Raid. Please copy pasta. I will be back later for some PUBG. Maybe? Dragger here said, have a great afternoon.